Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Cecilie, Rønning, Fremstad. That's right. You get claps. Everybody gets claps. Cool. You can hear me. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
That took a minute.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be easy. These things never are, especially when you can't sit face to face. That's
yeah. Corona,
And right now, there's nowhere. I've been trying to find like car dealerships who are cool with me setting up there, and
Yeah.
I've tried like the Porsche Center Oscar Bottom. That was dope, but you need masks and it has to be. It's just too much. Too much hassle. How you doing? What's going on in your life?
I'm doing well. I just started a new job recently, like Monday, and it's Tuesday today. So, yeah.
That's huge. So you're 2 days. 2 days in. Are you sick of it yet?
Yeah. No, it's very fun. So I'm selling cars now and like getting some other things to do like in the car dealership world.
Yeah.
So but I'm still taking pictures though. Like I'm never going to quit that. So I'm just going to take like some private things and just like
Are you shooting for the brand that you're working with now?
It's not like a particular brand itself. It's like every single mix of cars, like from BMW, Audi, Volvo, from Porsche too.
That's what I meant. But they are a dealership, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, could you describe it a bit? Like what's the new position about? What are you doing on the day to day?
I'm not like the job is not like set like the tasks or thing, but my main thing to do is like sell cars.
Yep.
So it's about that, and I think I'm going to do some social media work, and that's all I know right now.
Nice.
So.
They got a jack of all trades in you. You do everything.
Yeah.
Everything but wash them.
What?
Everything but wash the cars.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes that.
You say so, yeah.
Depending on the day. But were you a car person before you were a car photographer?
Yeah, actually I was a car person for like 2-3 years before I started photographing them. It was something that I like grew up with, so it felt like very natural to me. And it was like they just waited for me to like talk cars and like start the whole thing when I was young. So yeah, my whole family is in the car world and just obsessed. So
what's your guys' history with cars? Like why is everybody obsessed with cars?
Where do I start? My uncle, my mother's brother, he has some history with Porsche. He's had some 911s and like fixed them myself, like mechanics and stuff. And when I was little, I was with him and like watching. And my father has always watched Formula 1 and Top Gear. And my grand uncle, I think, he has like his own Porsche dealership, like workplace. I don't know like specific, but he was building Porsche engines by hand, like from and selling them exactly like right over where I live, like on the other side of so
Nice.
So
so did you grow up doing the similar stuff? Like were you working on cars before you sort of got interested in them?
Like I grew up with them.
Were you like, did you have a wrench in your hand before you were Googling cars?
Yeah, I had some, like, it just was natural to like cars. And then I just, I don't know exactly where it started, but I think it was when I watched Top Gear when I was around 14, 15 or something.
Yeah, the old one.
Yeah.
The OG Top Gear.
Yeah.
Or is it the OG? Right? There was one before with a different.
No, Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and
James May. But wasn't there one person before one of them? Right? There was a different 3 in the beginning. Why do I not know that?
I don't know. I just watched like
I think James.
regular.
I think James May was added late. I don't know. I wish I had somebody to pull that up for me.
Yeah.
I need an extra hand. That's kind of the goal here. I need to get this bigger. So yes, did you have any like car projects? Have you had any builds yourself?
Like cars I've done or built with done with myself. Like, no, I haven't. I'm
Why not?
Like a mechanic person yet.
I bet you know 5 times as much as any other car photographer in Norway.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet you're miles ahead. At least me. I know nothing about this stuff.
It's very complicated. Yeah, I know some parts and like I've changed some things on my car by myself, but I'm definitely not a mechanic. That's nothing. I just pass over to.
What are you driving now?
What?
What are you driving now? What car are you using?
Right now, I'm driving an old Audi A4.
Okay, yeah, NA4.
But I'm going to, because I was driving so much in my last job. I was driving, or I have driven like 40,000 kilometers in a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, so I just needed a decent car to drive much and was like I could rely on. But I've always had plans to buy another one, so I have like the opportunity now to look for one and maybe like spice that up a little bit. So
yes.
We'll see.
What are you looking for? What are you in the market for?
Well, it's not the cheaper cars anymore. Think I'm going broke for this. I don't know, but yeah, I've always wanted an R8. Like that was the first. That was my first love. Like that was the car that started it all for me. So yeah, I wanted that car for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want that one, or I don't know, Porsche of any kind.
Yep. The R8 was your first Instagram post, right?
What?
Your first Instagram post was a stick shift from an R8, correct?
Yeah.
From an Audi R8, just the stick.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you looking for a manual or are you going to go automatic?
I don't know. I think that if it's like older, I want to go manual, maybe. And if it's like newer model, I want to go like automatic.
I think the gated manual R8 is probably, it's only going to go up. I love that car so much. I agree with you.
Yeah, it's so fun, and it's like all the details and the curves, and it's like that's one car I don't have anything bad to say about, and it's like so many people that owns that car now. It's just I see it everywhere. I feel like.
Yeah.
So it's just me.
Yeah, no, it's a reasonable car. I mean, it's a lot of car for the money as well. Even the V8, the V8 is such a monster.
Yeah, and you have 4-wheel drive, so you can use it all year. So
which is important.
Yeah.
Which is important. That's funny. I don't think a lot of people understand what that means to us in Norway. Having 4-wheel drive versus not.
And you can use it as a snow plow in winter, like.
Yeah.
But just go low and like the driveway.
What would you do to it? What would you change on an R8?
What I would change? Not much. I like to keep it stock. I like it original. But maybe if I had to like choose openly, I would maybe change color or like wheels or rims or something. But yeah, not any big stuff. Like I said, I like it original. So
if you could have one car that you could play with, what would it be?
911.
Yeah. Which gen?
That's a question. I don't know if it has to be like the newest model or then a classic, like 70s, 80s one.
Okay, something air cooled.
Yeah, and then I will have like I've seen some do it like a really off-road version of the 911, and it's so cool.
The Safari.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's a complicated beast, at least here in Norway.
It is.
You're going to have a tough time getting that approved.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be fun. And where else than Norway to use that?
Yeah. But definitely I will do I will build or do things with like I think a classic one 911, like 80s, 70s model, or I will like do an insane monster version out of something new.
Okay. Yeah. Some
Yeah.
sort of DTM crazy high speed.
Like add some horsepowers and make it look more angry and
Nice.
aggressive.
Did you know Porsche's thinking about bringing back the Safari for the 992?
What?
Did you know Porsche is thinking about making a Safari edition of the 992? Like a limited Safari edition?
No, I did
Yeah.
not.
Where yeah, they've been talking about it for a while. I don't know if it's directly from
Wow.
Porsche, but I know a lot of people are aware of this.
Okay.
I talked to
That's
Porsche Center
cool.
Oscar and Bottom about it in my last podcast, and they were pretty open about it.
Okay.
So I'm curious. Do you think it
Yeah,
would be?
very-
Would it be like a tuned down version, like a Carrera T, or do you think they'd go for a GT, like monster off roader?
if they're gonna do that, they're gonna go full in, I think, and I think they're going for a GT or something.
Really?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be why. I mean, 4-wheel drive, 500 horsepower, naturally aspirated Safari engine. That
would be wild.
it's a lot of horsepower for an off-road car.
It is.
I mean, even when you look at like Singer's Safari 911, that's what 400, I think. Like even they're not going that hard with it.
Yeah. So it's enough horsepower for decades.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever they put into it, it's going to be a fun car. I hope they make plenty of them. I know they won't, but I hope they make enough.
Hope so too.
So when did you pick up a camera?
I did pick up a camera when I was, how old was I? 11, 12? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I don't know.
I was 12, I think. Yeah. And I was just curious how, like, I remember taking pictures of like fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And I was so excited about how things looked when I was like long shutter speed and slow and like tricks and tried things. And then I just I had like a small like cheap camera I got from my dad, and I was so curious when I took pictures of some things that was on the table. And I was like, oh, that thing is sharp and that thing is blurry in the background. And it's so cool. And I just got fascinated by that, like depth of field. And I just started researching and buying a camera for myself and experimenting. And just, things went from there on.
What was your first camera?
It was a Nikon D3000, yeah.
Yeah? Do you still have it?
No, I don't know where it is anymore.
Oh, no.
So
You have to take care of these
got
things.
lost in like moving or something.
I think a more interesting question, this is something that I assume you get asked as much as I get asked, is what's your first lens? What was the first lens you spent money on? That wasn't a kit lens.
It was a kit lens, yeah, like that came with the camera, but my first like buying myself was a 50mm.
A 50?
Yeah.
On a cropped sensor.
Yeah. So it was like, because I was so in love with like the depth of field thing, so I just had to get a 50mm because I read that was the best.
Yep.
Yeah, to start with. So yeah.
Do you still use that 50?
Yeah, I actually am. So I'm using it to take detail shots with cars and portraits stuff.
How much of you, well, I mean, maybe not how much, that's going to be a hard question to answer, but like how invested are you in your photography? Like how big is your stockpile of equipment now?
Like equipment is not that much, but like time I use to edit photos and take them are like, I'm using more time on that. I'm still thinking about what gear I'm going to buy next. I don't know for sure yet, but maybe 70-300 or like something around that. But with that equipment I have right now, I get the shots I want, actually.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling being confident in your equipment, isn't it? Being like, I have enough, I can do I can accomplish my vision with what I have.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning when you're coming up, it's never enough. you can always feel like you can justify spending, like, if only I had 30,000 to buy like a 16 to 35 2.8 or something.
For sure. Yeah, I can remember that. I just wanted to buy like the whole store when I was just watching, and I was like, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that, and I definitely need that.
All the flashes. I'm always going to use more than 5 flashes
yeah,
at a time.
I remember I was buying like a very cheap flash, and it didn't work for single thing. So, but I was like, wow, this is so cool. And now I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that was really cheap and really like.
And it's still in the basement. Yeah, with dust.
Yeah. I did want to actually have like my first flash. It was like that big and.
Nice,
Yeah.
the speed light.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you so at the moment you don't use too much flash? I mean, I guess you used it in your old job with Photo, but
yeah.
We should talk about your old job, by the way.
Yeah, definitely should.
We should. You were shooting with Photo, correct?
That's correct.
What was your like day to day with Photo? What?
Well, it was a lot of driving to like the different dealerships first of all, and was photographing used cars and some new cars, taking some location shoots, and yeah, if I had some time to like at the end of the day, I could like use a car I like to take some studio photos or yeah, take it out on location or stuff. And then I was going home and edit pictures, and yeah, that was about it.
Busy.
Yeah, busy every day.
Yeah. Were you employed full time?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to talk? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about that. It's like I don't know what the contract. Maybe not. I won't ask you too much.
Well, yeah, I have to. It's okay. It's no.
Now we're both friends of Thomas here. I'm not going to put him on blast. Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's watching.
No, but yeah, I was working full time, like Monday to Friday.
Okay.
And some weekends.
And what did that mean for you? Like, what did that mean for your career?
That meant a lot, and it gave me such a big like network, and I learned so much by taking photos and used equipment and like flash and read light, read the curves of the cars, and understand where the light is standing, like how it would affect the final image and like the whole thing together. And to drive them and like get a really good at handling at the small places, like turning them around and stuff. I'm very confident that right now. I've done that a lot, so
I can imagine. Yeah. Where did you learn these techniques, like these photo techniques? How did you amass these skills?
Like the ones I'm using now, or like in Build Photo?
Yeah, so you shoot a lot with natural light, right?
Yeah.
I mean, your used car photos are with fake lights, but when you're actually out on scenes, you use a lot of natural light. I guess why do you do, like, is that a choice, or is it just not enough time, or is it just not something you ever thought about?
Kind of a mix, something of all. Sometimes I don't have time to set up light, and sometimes I want to use natural light, or most of the time I want to use natural light because like that's how I like to take pictures, and that's natural for me as a photographer. And sometimes I don't have the gear with me, or it's not enough space, like a GT3 with full camera set and like rig that
yeah, there's not much room behind the roll cage.
Yeah, it's not enough space.
No.
So, yeah.
So is natural light something you want to keep going with? Like, are you trying to like master natural light before you start playing with flashes, or are you just not planning on touching strobes?
Well, I like to take pictures with strobes, but I don't know. I tend to forget it sometimes. Like you can actually do that to the like. I totally forget. But yeah, I feel like I'm like at a point where I've mastered natural light, and I want to like add something more and think out of the box, like add more cars or different angles, use the same car in like composites, and then adding strobes and like doing a mixture of different techniques. So yeah.
And how do you approach that? How do you approach the idea of mixing techniques and adding new techniques to your bag of tricks?
Well, I think it's because I want to add something more to my images. Like I think of that, okay, I've taken pictures for like about 10 years or more, 10, 12 years. And I want to like experience more and like test different things and yeah, just add something more to what I do, make different looks. So like not everything is like in one particular. It's like they are not matching too much, if you understand what I mean. Yeah.
Isn't that dangerous? Not
I don't
sticking to
know.
one style?
I don't know. So
I'm the same way, but every time I look at my Instagram page and I look at somebody else's page and I see that they have like the exact same like color correction, the exact same tones, I always get a little bit insecure that my photography isn't like consistent.
yeah, I was thinking about the same thing too. Like I have seen or like heard that I have some sort of color that like is in every single image or like
You
is
do, yeah.
yeah, it's like a purple tint.
Yep.
It's very, I don't know why, but it's like every single time I edit something, it always has not much, but each image has some sort of like purple tint or blue or bluish.
It's cool.
So that's the yeah, but it's I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. You're just not willing to admit that you do it on purpose.
Yeah, I'm doing half on purpose, half not on purpose.
Yeah. It's a style. I mean, that's the whole point of a style, right? You don't aim for it. It's just something that happens.
Yeah.
Is it when you look at your photos, do you look at it from, like, do you try to look at it from an outside perspective and try to just appreciate it for what it is? Or do you have a hard time bringing yourself to do something like that? Or like, is it, because with me, every time I look at a photo, like one of my photos, I always see the process. I don't see the photo. I see the process and I see the buildings that I framed out and I see everything that like all the background stuff. So I always get kind of disappointed. Yeah. There's always something in me that's like, I know it wasn't like that.
Yeah. I'm on the same page there. I also look at my image like I can just take like the latest photo I was posting on my Instagram, like with the Porsches. For an example, I know that this particular thing was there or this wasn't there, and like the weather was like that and that, and I think more of what I was doing, who I was with, or like the particular day, or what I've edited out or changed, or what I've done to the picture, or something like that, instead of like see the whole picture like a painting, for example.
Before you shoot, like before you actually go out there and take photos, what's your plan when it comes to building a photo? Like, do you think about it, or you just get in the moment and sort of build from there?
It depends if it's like spontaneous or like I know I have a car shoot in 2 weeks. If I have like I have some time to plan, I will plan it down to like the finest detail. But recently, or I have just like used the weather and built like the image and everything around that, so it looks good. And I've also thought about which environment does the car look good in, like what is this right place to put a car, where do I have to drive, location, and where like if the weather is like sunny and blue skies, I will definitely like take pictures another place. If it was or if it was like raining, it will be different places.
What do you prefer when it comes to locations? What are you looking for?
Since I live on the countryside with many fields and forests and stuff, that's like too normal for me and I'm used to it. So I tend to drive to other cities when I can, and like environments I'm not like used to, so I can feel more creative. But also I want to use places where I've grown up and like experience as a child, or just to, like take hikes and stuff, and take the car up there and use like morning fog or sunset or something, and build like a story around that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it depends.
So for you, weather is everything.
Yeah, it actually has been for like before it was not that much important, but now it's important to like build very much like around weather conditions and stuff and the time.
That's interesting because I think I don't think the opposite, but I'm more focused on like the location. If I have a location in mind, I will go there, and if the weather's not good, I will figure it out. I'll bring flashes and I'll compensate. Like I'm always checking the weather beforehand, because if it's at a certain point, you're just not going to get the photo. But I like if it's cloudy, if it's just cloudy enough, if it's not, I still feel like I'd rather have the image that I have in mind. I don't know why. Maybe like I'm too determined when it comes to that. I need to get out of my own head with these things, because I like maybe I'm sacrificing a lot and not like being flexible. But like,
I don't understand.
Locations are tough though, especially in Norway. In Norway, it's hard. I mean, everybody knows if you go out west, you're gonna find something like whatever. You'll find something amazing. But if you're stuck here in the east, everything's been used.
Totally right. Like when I was in Stad and Hoddevik, like in West, I was so amazed by all the places. My head almost like exploded because I was seeing locations every single where. Like I turned my head and like I have to take it there and there and there, and no matter what like the weather conditions were, it was perfect. But I think that's also because I haven't been there before, so everything is like brand new, and you get like fresh thoughts and about how to do it and stuff. But like you said, Norway is a tough country to take pictures in. The weather is constantly changing, and suddenly it can rain one day when you have planned a shoot that does not work good with rain, so you just have to fix it.
Do you feel that way about Oslo and locations in Oslo? Like, is Oslo still fresh to you, or do you feel like everything's been shot?
Oslo is actually fresh to me. I've not shooted like I think I just have 1 or 2 shoots there.
Okay.
So Oslo is new to me, so I would love to shoot there.
Okay. How do you organize locations in your mind? Everybody has like a million locations. If you drive past one, you see it and you're like, okay, that's cool. It's hard to not look at things like that and think in terms of photography. How do you keep that organized?
Like if I see a location I want to shoot, and like organize it. I just I don't know. I think I go naturally. Like when I look back at my images, I naturally go like by brand. Like I know if it's there. Volvo
really?
There. Yeah, I think. Yeah, actually, that's how I organize it. So
that's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so if I'm like, just have to think of an example. If I'm driving like in the mountains, and it's like very much snow and windy, I think it's like, okay, which car or brand suits this weather, or like who looks the best in these conditions. And yeah, sometimes it's audio, sometimes it will, like, it depends. But yeah, I use, like, to organize it, I use like some how can I say it, I match the car brand with like the location.
That's very like marketing focused.
Yeah.
You have like an advertiser's eye when it comes to that.
Yeah, I've worked with like advertising photography when I was at school. So I think it's something that just have been printed in my brain. So
Did you study photography?
Yeah, I did for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
And through the 2 years, were you always focused on cars? Like, did cars keep coming up, or? Did you? I mean, did
Yeah.
they obviously must have forced you to try other things, but like, was it always cars you wanted to go back to?
Yeah. I started in like, when was it? 2016, I think. And that was like the point where I really started taking photos of cars. It was like the first half year, and then I just was, okay, this is the thing I want to shoot. I want to do this. And then I did like every single task or thing that we were going to do, like hand out, and you have to choose to make a theme or like a commercial or something like that. I always like brought cars and things to the theme, and people were like, each time we were like talking about the task we were doing, they were like, so yeah, you're doing cars, right? Car photography. And I was like, yeah.
Did your teachers hate you for it, or were they cool with it?
They were cool with it. It was, I think it's, I don't think it's that many that have been like pure car photographers at that school. So they let me do my thing, and yeah, it was cool and fun to do. And I also learned a lot other stuff like studio things and things like that. But I always went back to car photography. So yeah.
Did you ever want to try anything else, like commercially?
Yeah, I actually wanted to. I was with some friends of mine. We were sitting at the school like day and night every day, and we were like blessed with like the commercial advertising community, and was like researching every single agencies and things all over Scandinavia. And yeah, we were just taking some like how can I say, we were like working together to learn from each other and learn like advertising photography in studio and things about like objects and stuff, and just yeah, some shoe brands, clothing, beer, like typical advertising photography. So I really want to do that too, but I just got more naturally focused on just cars.
You're lucky that you found a focus that quickly, because a lot
Yeah.
of people they continue to think that way for like a long time. They want to do everything, and I think that kills a lot of photographers.
Yeah, unfortunately, I agree with that, and I've also experienced it and seen it myself. Like people I've known or people I've seen or heard of, they have like photographed every single thing, but they didn't get like their own specific type of like thing to take photos of, or
Yeah,
so they have like just lost interest or quitted
yeah.
entirely.
It's weird because you like clients just stop coming to you when they see that all you. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because you want to be good at everything so you can continue to live off of what you do.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, like clients don't want you when you're a jack of all trades. You have to be like the person who offers that thing. You have to
Yeah.
be the car photographer.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's a struggle.
it is for sure. And I've also seen like people that are, what do I say, doing like too much in every single theme, or what can I say, taking pictures of everything and doing every single thing, and then they have like lost interest because they have not like specialized enough or like felt that they didn't master it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so, yeah, so sad. Like
Do
they
you
didn't like.
do you feel like Bill Photo helping you find clients kind of saved you from that? Like if you had gone straight into that industry as a freelancer, do you think you would have struggled more with that?
Yeah, maybe. I think they have helped me to get like more focused on like the specific things I want to do or take pictures of,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely got me in the right direction of um, making myself as the photographer I am today, and the specific style, and yeah, how my images are looking like now. I think they will look different if I haven't worked in photo, because I haven't got the opportunity to use as much like what can I say, professional equipment and big strobes and stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that is such a good opportunity to go straight in that, because it takes, like, inherently, if you're starting to work freelance and your prices are low, you can't really charge much because nobody knows who you are. You kind of have to take on a lot of like events work, a lot of just random stuff.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's like a low paying commercial client, or it's an event, or you're filming when you don't actually film, like, to stay afloat, you have to take on a lot of that stuff. I feel like having Bill Photo would save a lot of the hassle of having to do that.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. And yes, they are like very focused on the car community and car photography. So if that's what you want to do and learn, it's a good start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Is
would think so.
How would you? Oh man, how do I word this question? How would you sort of tell somebody who's just out of school, just bought like a camera, like, how would you guide them onto the right path when it comes to focusing their photography?
Oh, that's a hard one. Um, okay. I think I would have said that they just have to, like I did. That worked for me was watching YouTube videos and
Mhm.
tutorials. I used a lot of time watching like YouTube things and see how other retouchers were working and just learn by watching,
Mhm.
and also learn by doing yourself, like just try to take some long exposure and like try to play with all the different things the camera can do and it's capable of, and just try the basics, like freeze water and things that are like moving fast and make them look they're moving slow, like things like that. I
Mhm.
was learning in start, and just get like the technique really ready first, and yeah, suddenly you'll get a good feeling about something you're taking pictures of, and you feel like this is what I want to do, like portraits or nature or cars or architecture or anything.
What about in the professional aspect? So aside from the creative and learning how to take pictures, what about like finding clients and being able to pay your bills? And because
Like
I mean,
working,
bill photo is a very unique opportunity. That's
yeah, it is.
that's not something everybody gets a chance to do. You don't
No,
immediately go straight into an agency like that. So
no.
what do you like? What would you recommend? Where would you start if you had to start
Uh,
over again and you didn't have the agency straight out of school? Where would you start?
I think I would like try to copy or do things that the brand or like the agency already have done, like aim for their clients and like work for the getting some images that are similar, or if you want to work with a specific agency that are like taking, for example, architecture, try to do um, talk with architecture photographers, see how they are doing it, ask like they people that already earn money and living from taking pictures of it, and send mails. Don't be afraid to like take contact with people. Like the worst thing that can happen is a no.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing I've learned. That just don't be afraid to contact people and don't be afraid to ask. Um, so yeah, I think I just would have done something like that. Something.
It's just fun. It's
Yeah.
fun asking that question to somebody who didn't go. Well, I mean, you did go through it because you did find Bill Photo, or they found you somehow like that. Was that like your first major like collaboration with an agency, or were you working before you were shooting with Bill Photo?
No, I started Beat Photo like 4 years ago, and from before that I haven't like done like professional photography so long. So
Mhm.
it was the first real agency I was working for. I had like some small shoots with some car dealerships here and there, but they were like the first and biggest thing I was doing.
That's funny because that's the interesting part to me. Is there are a lot of photographers who didn't, I guess it's not that they weren't good enough. I mean, because I'm one of them, right? When I first started shooting professionally, there was no path, and nobody came to me and said, "Hey, here's your path. I'll pay you to do this."
Yeah.
And maybe that was because I wasn't good enough. I mean, maybe somebody like Bill Photo didn't find my work because it wasn't standing out enough. But it's just fun to hear somebody like explain it from your point of view, because you kind of like, you didn't skip that step, but you took a path that sort of like negated that struggle a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, you can say that. But
I don't know. I hope it's not mean of me. I mean, I don't mean it in a negative way, because you killed it. Like, you found an awesome path that if everybody had the opportunity, of course we would take that. It's great.
It's been very fun, and yeah, I've learned a lot from there, and it's fun to see how much I've changed, like both in person and as a photographer, when I was first starting taking pictures to now. And
How have you changed? What's changed?
I think like how I take the pictures itself, like better techniques and stuff, and editing, and like I know how to plan stuff, and yeah, I want to, like, if I take pictures, I know what the image will look like as a final result in my head while I'm taking pictures, and also learn to yeah, take contact people and make like ask other car photographers and how they are doing it. Yeah, like small things in like every single part of photography I've changed.
Do you see yourself as more of a business person now than you did when you just started?
Yeah, definitely do. Now I have a business of my own, and I'm living, or I was living from just taking pictures, and to like get asked about, hey, do you want to come and shoot my car? That was like the dream for me when I first started this, and now it's like it has went like beyond my dreams, and I'm so grateful for that, because I thought about it like sometimes that, wow, like this specific car I was shooting now was like my biggest dream for like 6 years ago, and this image I was checking like my old photos, and I saw some screenshots I've done, like old campaigns and commercials, and like, wow, I've done like an image like that now. And I'm just like not like that image, but like something similar.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, like a picture that was taken with strobes, for example, or a Q7 in like a beautiful landscape, like stuff like that I've done now, and that was something I was very like excited for and hoping to do.
Do you feel like conceited? Do you feel a little bit into yourself when you think those things? Like, do you ever feel bad about thinking those things? Like, oh yeah, I can do that now. I'm the professional.
No,
I'm getting paid.
I feel proud that I've grown and learned to do that things. Like, that was my dream before, and yeah, it's also a journey to think about how much I've learned, and yeah, it's some kind of, I don't know, emotional, and it gets like, yeah, I don't know.
It's a big thing. I mean, it's years and years and years of work. It's hard. And I mean, to be honest, we're not even close to where we're going to end up in another 15, 20 years.
I'm so excited to see like how my images are in 10 years or 20, or wow.
Do you have a plan for that? Like, do you have an end goal for your style? Do you know where you want to end up?
No, I think I'm just going to that's going to happen naturally. I don't have a specific plan for it. I just want to, yeah, do now. I want to say like I do want to do the things I'm doing right now with my like style and stuff, but things can change. I can suddenly I get over to like black and white photo or something. I don't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to make too much money on those, but,
No,
but it'd be
I don't think
fun. Oh, maybe. I mean, maybe the market will go towards black and white. Who knows? That'd be
who
fun.
knows? 10 years.
That's hard though. Have you shot much black and white?
What?
Have you shot much in black and white?
No, I haven't. I think it's just because I naturally like colors, and I think that's it's like the main part that gives my images life, and like that you can feel the emotion or like the mood that was right there when I was taking the picture.
Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's hard.
Yes.
Once you get rid of color, because colors are so interesting, right? Every time you see somebody play with colors, it's like mind blowing how they do that. How did she make it more purple like that? But when you get rid of that, you sort of drop down to somebody else's playing field automatically. It's a good way to learn to play with light, I would say.
It is.
But it's fucking hard.
It is for sure.
What's like the biggest set you've shot on so far? Like what was the biggest fuss anybody made about your shooting?
Like if it was special for me, like.
Yeah, well, like what's the most indulged you've ever been in a photo? Like what's the grandest idea you've had and chased?
Have to think about that one.
I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Or maybe like what was the most impactful? What was the one that you remember and enjoyed the most?
The shoot I was remembering the most and enjoyed the most was like two different shoots. One was when I was flew down to Nürburgring for a BMW Classic, and I was taking pictures of a CSL and like the orange one, yeah, I was just like the photo shoot itself was so unreal to me, like seeing German castles flew by and being in another country and with people I got to know there, and yeah, the shoot was very special, and that's something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And the other shoot is, I think it's when I was shooting the GT3, just because I think it's the shoot I've felt the images the most, because it made such an impact on me. Was of like I like the car. The car was fun to drive. It was fun to shoot. Like the lighting was perfect, and it was some good days. Yeah.
How long did you have the GT3?
Had it for 3 days, 2-3 days.
What'd you think?
Yeah.
Is it 991.1?
Huh?
Is it 991.1 GT3, right? Or was it a...
Yeah, Club Sport 2000. I hope I don't say something wrong now.
They'll come for you. All 5 people who are watching.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was that one, and it was just like it was so insane. I've never ever driven a car with that intense response, and I've never had so much headache and like pain from like just the sound of the engine.
Yeah.
It's so amazing. It's such a fun car.
It's funny that you can enjoy a car like that and at the same time still think the Audi GT is cool.
Yeah.
The Audi e-tron GT is
from you.
That is the thing that I judge you the most for.
Yeah.
That car is not good. What's wrong with you?
I like it though.
Why? How can you be so wrong?
One, it's an Audi. I like Audis.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. 2, the design. I like the design.
Just so wrong.
No, I like it.
Okay. What about it do you like? Like what stands out to you?
What about it stands out?
Yeah.
like the rear end, like the taillights and stuff, and the interior, that it looks like it's so sporty, and like you get a luxury feeling sitting inside it, and still it amazes you because it's an electric car, and you just what?
The rear end is.
I wanted to hear like some engine sound when I was sitting in it, because I felt like, wow, this could be fast if it less WhatsApp or a liter or had that many like horsepower and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Imagine if that was the new R8.
Yeah. Wow.
That could be interesting. But the rear end is the worst part about that car. It looks like it shat itself. It looks like it has a full diaper. It's so like droopy. It's such, oh, what is wrong with you? The tail, we've come so far in designing like the perfect tail light, and the Volkswagen Group is king of that. To have like a clean strip just across the back of the car.
Yeah, Porsche.
Yes.
They're the master of it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The Audi e-tron, the SUV, that's a great looking taillight with a little caps at the end.
Yeah.
And then comes the e-tron GT, which is fucking...
No, I like it.
It's clean, and then it gets so chunky, like at the end. And chunky in the way where it looks like it's frowning. Like if it went the other way, it could be cool, maybe. But it goes like, oh, it's...
Maybe you
come
can draw
on.
some examples and send it out and like that. Oh, why weren't we doing that?
I just draw a line,
so
just a
much
red
better.
line, little red line. Take a picture of a Taycan and send it.
Yeah,
You guys could have had this.
I can agree on that. I think it will be like, but then it will look more like a Taycan, like it's built on the same base model.
There we go.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll make it faster, like a Taycan.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a better screen, like a Taycan. There we go. And then we'll just badge it the Taycan, and then put a Porsche logo on the front, and there you go. Now it's good.
I also like Taycan, so you can't blame me for that.
I can blame you for liking the e-tron GT.
Yeah, you can, but
It's a piece of shit. Having said that, I'm excited to drive one at some point. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's
I haven't
yeah.
driven it like on the road yet, but just like taking pictures of it inside and driven like from inside and out to like take pictures. But I really want to take it out on the road. That would be fun.
It's probably. Have you driven a Taycan?
Yeah, I have driven it on the Rønning.
I assume they're very similar.
Yeah, I think so too. But I think like, is it some? I don't remember, but is it some like difference in weight on them or?
Between the Taycan and the e-tron GT?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel pretty confident in saying that the Audi is heavier. Just because you could expect that. Everything is so wrong with that car. It's funny. I always thought the e-tron or the Taycans were fast until I saw them at Rudskogen.
Yeah, they. Or did you not think they were fast, or did you think they were fast?
They're slow on track. They're probably feel fast, but they're heavy and slow looking. They get passed by Carrera 2s like all over the place.
Oh. But when I was driving the Turbo S, like Taycan, on the school, I've never felt that much G-force in a corner ever. Like
Really?
I felt I was going through the floor, and I've never like felt that with another car. So for me, it was like a spaceship thing. And the sound make it more like, spaceship.
Have you been in a GT car at Rudskogen?
Yeah, like I think I was like in at the Porsche World Road Show. I was driving the latest 911s and Panameras, Cayenne, and Macan, and the Taycans. Yeah, so yeah, that's the models I've driven like on the Rudskogen.
You still think the Taycan's fast enough?
Yeah, it is fast though. It made such an like, I got impressed. I did, but like the 911 and Carrera and 4S is much more fun.
Yes.
And the sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a battle, and I like that. It's harder. That makes it more fun.
Yeah.
So before we go too deep into new electric car territory, what are your plans now? You're very happy with where you're at. You've got 2 days under your belt. You're feeling confident. But in your off time, are you still shooting?
Yeah, in my off time, I'm shooting fully. So when I'm home from work, I am like doing my own stuff, like editing pictures and planning new shoots. And yeah, just doing like not Monday to Friday work, like things I have to do, but like planning stuff I want to do and have to like schedule myself and yeah, playing cards I want to shoot or yeah, get in contact with people that have asked me to take some pictures to the car, like do more like intimate, private jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How often do you get asked to shoot cars?
It depends. Like in summertime, it's some like once, 2, 3, 4 times a month. I don't know. And it's like it's many people that are asking me to just take some cool pictures of their car, but they don't want to pay for it. So
Yeah.
like nothing, and like yeah, I can do it. Like I can do it. I can give you a big shoot. I can give you a lot of images and stuff. But yeah, it's very much about that free working stuff.
Do you feel like you still need to do that, or are you saying no to things like that?
I'm doing like shoots for free for people I know, or like I don't have to earn money on that or like take payments for it. It's not like I don't have to, but it's also like the thing I am doing, and that's like my it's a hobby, but it's also a job. Mm-hmm. So I want to like make it that and just yeah. So both. I don't know.
So how long until you're a full-time independent car photographer?
For how long?
How long until you're comfortable being 100% car photographer? This is what I'm going to do with my life. Is it going to happen, or do you just like, you prefer it as like a side gig?
Like when I was working in Bilfoto, it was the only thing I was doing. It was the only thing I earned money on, like taking pictures of cars there, and earn money on like on the side, like other shoots, private shoots. And so I feel like I have tried it out like a bit, and yeah, I don't know if I'm going fully like back to where I was, or like a freelancer again, like only that as a job. I don't know yet, but maybe someday. I feel like I have to experience different sides of the car community and car world, and like try different things in like not just taking pictures, but like sell cars or do marketing or do yeah.
Fun.
So I don't know, maybe I will. Maybe it comes a time when I get back to only taking pictures of cars.
Yes. Fantastic. I'm going to leave it at that. We've hit an hour. That's felt pretty natural. I'm happy. Is there anything you want to tell all 5 people who are still watching? Any news, any promos, anything you want to hype up?
Well, no, not for now. Like, not that I can think of, like, in the very second. But yeah, it has been fun. Like all the features and all things I've done, it's been so fun, and I'm also looking forward to continue it. And yeah, this is definitely the right path for me, and I hope more girls and boys are getting into car photography, and like the community is growing. So yeah.
Where can people follow your journey?
Yeah, follow your journey. And
where can people follow yours?
Follow their own journey?
No, yours. Where can people follow your work?
They can follow me on Instagram,
Yep.
where I'll post it, or like on my homepage.
This is where you
Website.
spell it out.
Yeah. Cecilie Auto on Instagram,
There you go.
where I post, and ceciliafaro.com. That's where I post my work.
Fantastic. And on that note, I have to go eat.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some time for that now. It's been so fun talking to you.
This has been a blast. It is long overdue. And
Yeah.
I have a feeling sooner than later we are going to team up and shoot together.
Definitely.
The Defender is 2 seconds away from being finished, finally.
Looking so forward to that. It will be fun to shoot it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We should make a video. We should make a YouTube video for it.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a blast. For now, that is it for me. Thank you very much, Cecilie.
Thank you so